Hello everyone, today I wanted to share with you a cool networking hack which allows you to access your local applications over the internet. For example, here is an application that I have running locally. As you can see, it's running on localhost 8069, and this same local application is accessible over the internet using this IP address and port. For example, when I refresh this page, we can see that we are getting requests on our local application. And if I make any changes on the local application, for example, this website is accessible over the internet, save the changes, refresh the page, we can see that it has updated the text. SSH reverse tunneling works by forwarding traffic on a remote server to a locally running service, making the local application accessible online. In this video, I'll be following my article on opensourcehustle.com, and I'll have the link to that article in the description. For this setup to work, you'll need a server that is accessible over the internet. In my case, I'm using an Ubuntu 24 server hosted on vultr, and this server has only 1 GB of RAM and 1 CPU. Next, you'll need to SSH into the server, and you need to modify the SSHD config file. In this file, look for gateway, and you'll find this directive, uncommented gateway ports, and set it to yes. Save the changes and restart SSHD. Next, you need to check your firewall rules. If you have firewall rules set in your cloud provider, make sure that port 8000 is open. And we need to do the same thing with UFW. So check the status on UFW. In my case, it is active, so we will need to allow traffic on port 8000. To do that, we will run the command UFW allow, the port number, and TCP. Let's check the status again, and we can see that traffic through port 8000 is allowed. And that's basically it. Let's exit the server, and to create the SSH reverse tunneling connection, we use the following command. Now, this command is not persistent and you will have connectivity issues. To make it persistent, I recommend you using the second command. Copy and paste it, change the user to your user. In my case, I'm using root, put in the server IP address. In my case, the local application will be accessible on the server through port 8000, and the local application is running on port 8069 on my local machine. So just make sure you're mapping the correct ports. Maybe your application is running on a different port on the local machine. Then you'll need to adjust the 8069 to that port number. I'm gonna hit enter, put the password, and with that, we should have created the SSH tunnel successfully. Let's check if our local application is running. Localhost 8069, it is running. Now let's check if the application is accessible over the internet by visiting the IP address and port 8000. And indeed it is working, and this might give you additional ideas on how you could use the SSH reverse tunneling. I first heard about this through a colleague of mine, and he was using it for a different purpose, but me as a developer, I instantly realized that I could be sharing my local application with the marketing team, so I could get direct feedback from them. Using this, you could also share your local application with your clients so they could see real-time progress. And by the way, if your local application has an admin portal, they'll be also able to access that portal. So in Odoo's case, if I go to -web, then you'll be able to access the admin portal. I hope you found this useful, and if you guys get any cool ideas using reverse SSH tunneling, please share them in the comments. Thank you for watching.